Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, sure, great. That's Phil Steinberg in Switzerland.
Oh, hi, Phil.
Hey, hi, Emily. Hi, David. I have a question, of course, which is a little specific and more related to the studies and the hope of stem cells. But would you think of, or did you think, David, in your studies, that a semi-broken spine marrow could eventually heal if it's not completely broken? We know that it's immediately or very fast making a crust and it cannot resolder together. But say that only half of it is broken. Do you think that from the healthy parts, the non-broken part, it could push the crust away and regrow the marrow?
That's a really interesting question. I would, if I were going to tackle that problem, I'd be using more than patches. Patches would be used in a supporting nature. One of the questions is going to be to what extent is there scar tissue? The patches would help in the sense that EON and X39 help to manage keloid proteins, which form from inflammation and can form scar tissue. So that would be a huge benefit. But to reduce the scar tissue would require a couple of other techniques. So, for example, ozone therapy could potentially reduce the scar tissue. Another thing that could help would be magnetic field therapy. And there's a number of different techniques there, so we don't have quite the time to get into that. I might also, with an injury that concerning, I would probably also look at upregulating the number of circulating stem cells with a hyperbaric chamber. There was a technique that was developed in Israel. You can easily find that on the internet. And this clinic got a lot of notoriety because they found that they could lengthen the telomeres with the use of a specific process and procedure in a hyperbaric chamber. But the important thing here is that hyperbaric chambers, if used properly, can increase the number of circulating stem cells in the body by 4, 5, 6 times over baseline. And that's pretty significant because very serious injuries in the body, like brain trauma, can now be healed with that technique. Of course, diet is also going to be important, making sure people get enough protein and healthy fats to support the recovery process. But I would be using things like ozone therapy, IV ozone, to deal with the scar tissue. I'd be using magnetic field therapy, hyperbaric oxygen, maybe some IVs of some different things like vitamin C IVs, which are known to upregulate collagen production, and then a number of the different patches which can help support that.